Totally understandable. That's why we're here, so don't worry. So we'll kick things off with our party of adventurers that met in Hommlet and went on the road, hit the road to get to where they've been given instructions they would be able to meet Thorwald. So let's move on the Meek map. And our party is down here in Hommlet. Down right here, and they've been instructed that Thorwald Palisade Castle has been built right around here. So you see the main road going west and north through Seneca Valley and so on and so forth through to Verboten City. This has been built about 5 miles west of the main road, where basically the eastern fringes of the Kron Hills get closer to the road. So the party made its way. It's not a big ride. It would be like a 4 to 5 hours walk. If they've got riding horses or anything, that could be as quick as a couple of hours. Regardless, let's see that you guys set up early in the morning. And so by the time is 10:30 a.m., you get at the fork on the road and you start making due west. You've been instructed you'll find a wood, and there's going to be a opening in the wood that has been um, lumbered down to make room for this mud castle, mud fort. So you make your way, and the morning is crisp. We're moving into fall, into autumn, and even though the sun is out, it's a crisp mid morning. You can see signs of flora and fauna that are as they are supposed to be this time of the year. Um, and soon you arrive and you can see in the distance, some spiral of smoke making their way up toward the white clouds in the sky. And so you imagine that that could be the fire from the fort. So you're approaching, you're about, you estimate less than a half of a mile away. Um, so I will let you decide if you're okay with going forward or if you want to do something at this point.
Anyone? No? We're just gonna go in?
I can, I can move a little bit forward, just make sure that it is what we think. And I suppose just you guys follow behind me a little ways, just in case we're coming upon something else.
Well, I could also send Alex to scout ahead for us. That might be safer.
Oh, very good plan.
I
Um,
think we should get there before they stop serving breakfast.
that's a good point too. Wasn't Thorwald somewhere else?
That I don't know.
Oh, well, I guess we'll go find out.
Okay, so do you send Alex scouting or you just
Yeah, he can fly up and have a look around.
Yeah, he flies up and he has no problem. You can see, as you were expecting, you see that the forest leaves way to like sort of a patch, like an open area, cleared up area where you see some timbers as being put down. And sure enough, in a small hill, you see a double circle of wooden palisade with some spikes on top. And Alex can see the smoke coming up from a chimney on a stone square tower.
Oh,
Give
so
me
it's not an actual fort, it's just a tower.
It's like a glorified tower with some palisade around it. It's not fancy at all. It's not big by any means. It's barely qualified as a fort. Just give me a perception check through Alex. I want to see if he can see some additional details before I let you guys move into the map. Wow, he
That's
has.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So he sees clearly there are two individuals. One is got a broom and is brooming in the courtyard. It looks to be like a teenager boy, and then an older man with long blonde hair, um, that is basically seems to be posted as a sentry on the gateway to the second layer, the tallest layer of the palisade. There are two rounds of palisade. The one closer to the tower, this man seems to be there, standing guard. You also see,
Interesting.
you also see that on the side, and you're gonna get there like in 5 minutes, but you see there is a small patch of land that is being made into uh, some corn and pumpkins, and Alex can see there is a scarecrow right there has been put up. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump you into the map. It's a big map, so you guys are gonna be on the top right quadrant. You should be able to see most of it, but let me know in case you can't.
Yes. Can.
Good. So as you can see, yeah, you're still in the forest. You're not in the open yet, but you can easily see some of the timbers have been left there where the clearing has been artificially basically made up. And then in this area over here, there is a little like sort of, farm area. And what you can see, given the season, is corn mixed with pumpkins. There's a scarecrow over here, and then you can see there is a, not super high. You would say that the top of the hill would be 12 to 15 feet from where you're standing, and there's a double uh, two layers of palisade. There is an entrance here. There's a pathway made from the east. And Alex have seen that basically the entrance, this path will wind around the hill. The entrance will be on the western side of the hill, right about here. Even though you cannot see, you should be seeing me pinging in this area.
Doesn't appear to be well defended. Wonder how much he
Right.
spent building this.
As you walk around, can anybody to give me a survival check?
I can do that. This is my favorite terrain, so.
So you get double your proficiency bonus, right?
I think
So
so.
that's gonna be a +2 to what I see.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
you guys have rerolls. Thank you, Dave, again.
I don't know if I want to use the re-roll this early for this.
And you never know.
Oh, geez. I'm not any better.
I mean, you
Can
guys are.
anybody take one or is
I
two
smell
enough?
bacon. I think we should just go in.
You guys are basically looking around and you notice, a deer or two, squirrels. Everything looks perfectly okay. Honestly, it's a little bit chill, but it's a really beautiful area that has been chosen for this. Feel free to move
All right.
ahead.
Yeah, I say we just approach. Definitely get into the clearing and let ourselves be known that we're here.
Do you think he'd mind if we took some of his corn?
That would be a question to pose to him.
I think we should ask first.
Maybe they have some crackers, Clog.
I'd rather get some butter first.
Oh wow, Clog moves ahead very fast. Clog, as you get to here, and Elena, you can see that pretty easily. There is a big raven that sits on top of a very tall stalk of corn, and he's doing like a quack quack quack. It's very loud and annoying. It's right about here.
Well, they know we're here at this point, I'm sure. Do we see anybody moving around up on the top? Anything?
You don't see anyone from where you're standing, and remember, like the first, the palisade would be about 7 feet tall. This one, the first one, and basically the other one would be as much taller than that. But as far as from where you can see, nobody, no trace of anybody is visible. Of course, you can see the tower itself, that the second story. It is totally one store above the topmost palisade, and the
I
tower
think we
is
should
there.
call forth and announce ourselves and wait for a response.
I agree.
Mhm.
Be my guest.
Hello? Anybody home?
Okay, a couple of minutes pass by, and then you can see a gruff voice. You cannot see the person, but you would imagine it would be on the other side of the palisade, about here. Oi! What up?
Uh, may we come in?
That depends. Who are you? What do you want here?
Oh, we are travelers, and we are not enemies of your uh, settlement. We just seek to enter.
Uh,
We're answering a job missive in Hommlet. We seek audience with Thorwald Arno.
the Arno is not here.
We could wait.
Whoever is in charge in his stead, then, must know of the
Are you
job he posted.
are you here about the druid?
Yes,
Well then, please come over. You're gonna see a pathway is gonna move around to the south of the hill. Just coming over. I'll go and open the gate for you.
move up and wait.
At this point, you can see fairly well. There is basically a layer of the hill going up, but it's pretty easy to see and follow the path. It winds up on the south of the hill, as this male voice seems to have suggested. And by the time you get around on the front, you do see an old man. He would say about 50, probably a little bit mid 50s. He's got a scarred face. His beard and hair are, going on the white, but you can tell in youth they were blonde. He's got some trinkets and some symbols that make you think he's some sort of barbarian tribe related. And he stands there. He's got a crossbow and a lance and a spear, and he's waving you in through the open gateway. Now, when I say gateway, I'm nobilitating it. It's nothing more than a lashed wooden barricade that this man is opening up for you guys. Oh, come on, please come in.
Who are you guys?
We work for the Arno. I mean, work. It doesn't even pay us, but anyway, you know what I mean. Please come in. My name is Girth of the Killer Whale, but you can just call me Girth. That should be enough.
Okay, Girth.
Earth or Garth?
Girth.
Girth.
And did you say of the killer whale?
Well, it doesn't really matter. You guys don't really know about all the tribes that we have. But anyway, yeah, I'm the Killer Whale tribe, or was.
Is this your son?
Oh no, that's Markham. That's the Arno's page. Oh, he cannot talk. So you see the boy looking at you with a smile, but clearly he's not talking back to you. That's Markham.
Has he taken a vow, or is he just incapable of
Um,
speaking?
According to the Arno, he was like a boy from the Duchy of Ten, and the trolls from the Trolls Fang got to his village, and before the Arno could do anything about it, they had played a little bit with her father, mother, and sisters, and a little bit with him too. Unfortunately, I don't think he can talk anymore.
Is it a physical thing or a mental thing?
Uh, uh, well, that's a little bit too much for me to answer, but I think they kind of ripped off his tongue, so I would tend for the
Oh,
first.
so physical.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, the boy is very nice. He doesn't need to talk. He can make himself understood through hands and facial expressions. But anyway, thank you for coming. See, the Arno told me he had put that quest up, but then something came up and something about Champion of Earth or something, and he got the horse and left 3 days ago. I think he went to Rastrom, Rastar, something. I can't, I don't remember where he went, but
Yeah, it was good that we got them the information and then they just kind of ran off by themselves.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do here too. We're building this place up, but just Markham and I cannot run this place, so we kind of need more folks around. There's crazy wolves, roaming around here, and elks and stuff. So I'm not super happy just the two of us. Markham can help me out with his short bow, but the two of us up down here, that's kind of scary sometimes. But anyway, the Arno is looking for this druid. He seems to think that we could help him out, and he would be of service to us and to Hommlet. So thank you for coming. The Arno, um, he's not rich, but he would be happy to pay you if you could help him out.
What was any pay listed? I don't think there was any pay listed off.
I cannot write.
Right.
I don't know what he wrote.
And I don't believe there was anything stated. What was he? What did he direct you to pay?
Yeah, he's left with me a small reward if you guys accept, and also a little gift for that he says the Arno says should help you dealing with Dar in case this proves less amenable than should be recommended.
So he doesn't want us to kill Dar. He wants us to just find him and talk to him.
Yeah, no, I don't think he wants him dead. He seems to think that the priests of Saint Cuthbert and Hommlet could do something about his curse, and if we could do that for him, he hopes he can enlist them to be his eyes and ears in the forest around here.
I'm not sure that's true. It's been quite a while since he was turned.
Well, I don't know about that, lady. I'm just telling you what Arno told me.
Certainly willing to go talk to him. Have you talked to him recently?
No, I don't even know the guy. I know he's an
Oh,
old elf guy. Apparently, the Arno was in contact in the months past with a lady Dariel down in Celine. I think she is the sister, and she seems to think that the Dar might have paired up with an old lady who lives in the forest just southwest of here. He hasn't been able to find them yet, but he was hoping that you guys could check it out.
certainly we can check it out for you
That would
or
be
for him.
amazing. Oh, before you guys go here, and he goes into the tower, and for a couple of minutes comes back. He's carrying two spears, and you can see that the tips of both spears have been silvered. The Arno say to give you this.
I don't know how to use those, so
Well, point at them with the sticky part, and then use your, strength.
I am not very strong.
The dwarf steps up. He goes, "I'll take one."
As will I.
He goes, "You mentioned a curse. What is this man's curse?" And I look up at the silver. He goes, "Lycanthrope."
Yeah, yeah, big wolf like the Arno. Yeah.
Not all lycanthropes are bad. He may be reasonable.
The Arno seems to think that that's the
Druids
fact.
change at will anyway, but are you saying this one has no choice? Druids can normally change into animals at will, but you're saying this one is cursed and has no choice to change?
I believe the story is he was bit by a werewolf, so yes.
Hmm.
But that was like 10 years ago. And if he's been living in the wilds all this time, I don't know how amenable he will be to coming back to civilization.
Gabe, when would
He
the
could
next full moon be?
full time.
Tonight.
Oh, good.
Perhaps we wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, hunting for a werewolf in the middle of the night's probably not such a great idea,
Yeah.
especially with your vision. We have walls here. I guess we could just hang out here for today. Oh, yeah, your scarecrow out there wasn't doing a very good job. As I
Crack,
look up and see the
crack.
crow.
Use crack, crack. Use crack. Girth is like, oh, that damn raven. Shoo away, shoo away. Quack, quack. Yes, yes, yes.
Is it amenable to you, Gareth, that we stay here until tomorrow and seek Dar out once the full moon has ran its course?
Oh, you guys can do certainly whatever you want. Like, I'm not in a position to tell you what to do. And if you guys want to help us out, you know, standing guard at night, that's certainly something I'm very happy about. Just pay attention to the wolves. They come here prowling every night.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Perhaps we could clear a few of them out for you.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, the Arno wouldn't be happy about it, but I personally don't care.
Well, if they're threatening you, then they should be taken care of.
Are they
Yeah,
carrying the curse? Will they spread it to us if we're bitten?
well, I try not to be bitten regardless of the curse, but the Arno has this stupid fetish love for wolves, so he has prohibited us from killing them.
Really?
Yeah, the Arno is like that.
They never said anything to us.
Oh no, most certainly, I agree.
Oh, then we are not held by that rule.
Uh, no, I unless you want to.
Nah.
If the Arno's orders are that the wolves not be harmed, I say we, whether he is here or not, his ruling stands on that. As long as they don't come in the walls, we will. I suppose I would say we leave them alone.
He seems to think that this wolf are special. Wolves like to howl at the moon and stuff. These ones are silent. He seems to think that there's something about them.
Are they aggressive?
Well, wolves. I wouldn't try to pet them.
I
No,
will leave them alone as long as they don't attack. If they attack, then all bets are off.
yeah, the last wolf that I saw tried to bite me in half. So,
Yeah, that's what I always say. But I don't know if you've tried, but to make the Arno change his mind is quite an endeavor.
But
What time of day
other
is
than
it?
At this point, it's about lunch, and Girth and Markham will be happy to fetch something for you. They say they've got some pumpkin pie and some corn on the cob for you guys.
you got anything to drink?
Ah, we got some beer.
Oh, excellent. Um, how about we go scout around for a little while and maybe come back when it's night? See if we can find a trace of this scar.
That's awesome. But let's get some food for you guys first. Let's share the fire. The
I could eat.
Raven is going like crazy, and by the time you guys make for the tower, it gets just he he's basically badly cast off by Girth and Markham, and finally kind of departs. You see disappear to the northwest into the woods.
How does Thorwald feel about the Raven?
Oh, that stupid Raven! They arrived 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
They. How
Yeah,
many
he
of them have you
seems
seen?
he seems to have taken an interest in here. He's always spending here and saying the stupid word use use. You heard it, right?
Oh, I
Use.
thought that was just me hearing things. He's saying use?
That's what I heard. I mean, common is not my first language, but I think it says something about use.
Does that name have any, or that word have any meaning that you
Not to
know of?
me.
Hmm.
Don't you think that that might be the druid? They can change, right? I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
anything
but if
about that.
he heard that we were going to go and find him, why wouldn't he just make himself appear?
You know, these elves, they want to play hard to catch.
Hmm.
Uh,
All right.
how long have the wolves been coming in the area?
Oh, the wolves have always been here. It seems like this was their hunting ground. And the Arno wanted to glorify them by building this tower right here. I don't think the wolves actually liking them, matter what he thinks.
Can't say I blame him. Like he's taken over a part of their hunting grounds.
Hey, I agree with you. And I go where the Arno goes.
Why are you so loyal to him?
To the Arno?
Yeah.
Let's say that my past is not full of accolades. I was a pirate, and I wasn't a good man. But the Arno seems to think that I can redeem myself, and I decided to follow him and check this Hommlet area up. He seems to think there's some evil lurking around and we can fight it. And my boy is has a family now, and I don't need to provide for them anymore. And when I retire, if I could try to do some good in life, I think he reckons to balance things up.
All right. Well, how's the pie?
The pie is okay. You can sense that Markham is not really good behind the kitchen table, but he tries and is a teenager, so you have to forgive him something. But yeah, it's eatable. It's not the best pumpkin pie you've ever eaten for sure, but it will do. It will satisfy your stomach for the time being. Oh, the corn is actually pretty good.
Clog has a dozen ears and a whole pie and a couple pints of beer.
There you can do. Gareth is very affable, amiable. Just it seems to be missing the ability to talk with someone. So is taking you up on whatever question he has, and seems to be enjoying talking with you guys.
All right. I say we follow the Raven. Seems to be our first lead. If he thinks that this may be the druid.
I don't see why not.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I'm
So what
gonna put
about
my owl away just in case the raven decides to attack him.
And the raven you said went off into the northwest.
you see it disappear at about here? Let's say. I mean, it disappear in the trees, but you might go look for him. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll head in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
um, if there, do we see any of the wolf tracks? I mean, on our way up there, any of these wolf tracks? I guess just I'd like to do maybe I don't want to do a tracking check, but just check the tracks and stuff if I find any to see if there's anything, if they're larger than normal, if there's anything off about them.
Please roll me a survival. That's yeah. You guys can roll again.
Yeah, I'll roll survival.
That's a 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The two of you, the three of you, have no problem finding uh, tracks of wolves. You cannot tell how fresh with that roll or how many, but your estimate is between 2 and 5. We also seem to notice tracks of an elk, a pretty large exemplar of an elk. And as far as you know, elks kind of, this is not the area of elks. Elks like, a little bit more northern climates than this one. So that kind of attracts a little bit your attention. It seems to be the tracks of an elk, one, and pretty big, pretty heavy footprint on the ground.
Hmm.
Maybe the druid's already checking up on Thorwald's little castle here.
Yes, but
Perhaps.
also uh, we've run into like these kind of uh, people that use elk horns and stuff like that. Not sure if they're
Yeah, but I don't
related.
think I've ever seen them use hooves.
Hmm. Keep an eye on it.
All right, into the woods.
Into the woods.
Would you
Mhm.
guys like to follow the wolf tracks, or are you trying to look for the elk? Are you trying to look for the raven?
Well, the raven's flying, so we can't really follow it unless we see it.
Correct.
Up
For the
there.
raven, it will be a different roll, but you
Yeah,
could try to locate him.
I think the original talk was to head and try and find this raven, see where it might be nesting or something.
Sure, or we do have the elk tracks. They're probably fairly easy to follow.
Sure.
Are the wolf and the elk going in opposite directions or different directions?
Give me another survival check for this one, for this question.
Okay. Um.
19, that's pretty good. Clog, you think that the wolf seems to kind of really walk a lot around here. You see a lot of tracks. The elk, however, the pattern is not what you would expect for a wild animal to have. The pattern is pretty regular, indicating you're not sure, but you got the feeling that it's like this animal is like scouting or something, like following a reconnaissance pattern around the castle, and then moving. You can see the coming and going back to the northwest of here.
Sounds like the elk would be the one to follow. It seems to have a, plan, whereas the wolf seems to be uh, random and
Are the
not really.
wolves looking for a way into the tower, or are they just wandering around?
They wander around. It's like they never get into the open. You can see them like, moving under the cover of trees and bushes and everything. It's like they must be around here. Like it's a lot.
And how many would there be?
Give me another survival.
Can I do a nature check instead?
Yes, yes, I will allow that.
Oh,
We have no idea, Ellen.
Perhaps I'm just not that interested in it.
But if
Uh,
everybody is trying to determine the number of the wolves, I will allow some of you to do a survival check with advantage, assuming that everybody's pooling their efforts, trying to, look for tracks and look for patterns and stuff like that.
and all I would say is I kind of agree with Clog. As long as Lartmir's not, or Lartmal's not going to try and kill the elk, I think we should head that way.
Yeah, I was about to say it's heading in the same direction as Raven anyway, so both are going to the northwest. The elk will be easier to track.
Yeah, and in terms of determining how many wolves, you guys cannot point. Again, you still your best estimate, your guesstimate is between 2 and 5.
That's a pretty small pack.
It is. But reasonably, you could try to follow those tracks as well. But yes, the elk track seems to be the easier to follow as it stands.
Well, Clog, you want to lead the way? You
Oh
seem to be the
yeah,
best at it.
I will. I will follow it.
Okay, as the
No,
party. Oh, sorry, go on, John.
no, I was just gonna say I'll aid him too in following the elk tracks.
Okay, you guys have the two of you together have no problem whatsoever. Let me move you to a detailed map of the environment, and we'll go from there. You're going to be in the top right quadrant of this map here, and um, this is where you start. This is represent the fort, and the tracks seems to go in this direction. So you start following them, and takes about 30 minutes to get to here. In 1 hour and a half, you get to here. Um, and at this point, you see there is a placid lake as you come down this hillside. You're getting into a kind of area of dense forest, but you can see the blue, the beautiful blue and emerald of this placid lake. And you have no problem from your height looking down. You see that there seems to be like a small um, camp on the side of on the northern side of this lake. There seems to be some people walking about on the north side of this lake. Um, the tracks for of the elk would go straight west from your position. This camp is slightly south of there. And at this point, it will be about 3 p.m.
I say we keep following the tracks. Elk tracks really aren't that hard to follow.
Do these things look like they might be bandits or?
Elena, you got a very high passive investigation here. You got a 16. So I'm gonna say you notice three children, judging by the size and the movement, and there seems to be an adult. You cannot tell um, more than that from your distance, but it's a small group, and to you, they do not look like bandits.
So they're either children or halflings.
Yeah.
Can I tell the difference, or are we too far away?
you would need to come to get a little bit closer, but it's not a big deal. Like if in a couple of minutes you could get yourself within range, within visual range, and if you want to maintain anonymity, it's not difficult to get a cover and just get a look. But you would need to go there at least a couple of minutes that direction.
I could go check them out. I'm pretty stealthy, sneak.
Yeah, but if they saw you, you're a bugbear sneaking up on them.
Yeah, but I only have to get close enough to tell whether they're children or halflings. I don't have to get too close to them.
Well, I was thinking that we could go down there and just tell them that there's a fort just over the hill, and if they want protection, then they could go there. I'm sure Thorwald wouldn't mind.
Oh, that's up to you, I thought we were just following these tracks.
Or we could
It's
just
fine.
follow the tracks. I'd feel bad if the wolves found these things and killed the kids.
Yes, if they're kids. It's on the way ish.
Kinda, yeah.
Say we check in on him.
Quickly.
Do I get it correctly? All of you guys are going a little bit closer to get the sense of this camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me move you into that map. And you're gonna be close, but you don't have to be that close. Okay, I'm just placing your tokens there to represent you being on the map, but um, you can clearly see there is like a very bare basic campsite. There's a fire, there's some logs being put there for sitting and eating. There's a bunch of supplies, and a small herd of goats. And you see clearly what is an old woman, you would say human, or potentially half elven, not sure, but old, at least mid 50, you'd say. And then three kids. You're not sure about the age, but they seem to be about 8, 10. Uh, two boys, one girl, and they just the 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 the, the adult woman seems to be slaughtering some meat, and the kids are doing some other things. Actually, one is the girl is just playing with a bunch of dolls. This boy over here is just I think is working and repairing what seems to be some fishing rod. And this guy over here, not clear what he's doing. It's probably like just playing around.
Does this strike anybody else as odd? Grandma taking her kids out for a walk?
Um, I don't know. That woman is kind of old. It might be her grandkids.
Not very safe, that's for sure.
Perhaps we should go up and introduce ourselves. Let's not be aggressive. Let's kind of
I'm
wander
never
up.
aggressive.
Elena, I would say you're probably the least physically threatening of all of us.
Oh, and I love children.
I would say you approach. We'll have your. We'll be close behind, but I say you take point on this one.
Okay. I'll start heading in.
At
And
that
as I
point,
get closer, I'll be hail. How are you guys?
you see this guy is kind of running next to this lady, and you see the old lady says, "Hoy, who might you be?"
My name's Elena Shaw from Hommlet.
"Oh, hi, Elena. My name is Alwyd. I live in these woods."
You do?
"Yeah, I've been living here all my life.
Oh,
I kind of think this is my home in a way,
well, that's nice.
except for
Um,
that rude man who came over and now he acts like he's the lord of the place or something. A
are
stupid
you
guy.
talking about Thorwald?
I don't know his name, but he's a stupid guy.
Oh, yeah, he's been a little strange. Most of the time that I've known him, anyways.
He's got some fetish for the wolf, that guy.
That's what I heard. They don't bother you?
Weirdo. What?
The wolves, they don't bother you?
Oh no, the wolves are our friends.
Oh, they're friendly.
Absolutely. You live here long enough. You know who is friendly, who is not. You know which one to avoid, which one, are nice.
I understand. Ah, we just came to check to make sure that everything was okay with you and your family. Are
Oh,
these your children?
yes.
Do I believe her?
Do you believe her? Give me an insight check. Uh,
I think I believe her.
you think you believe her? Okay.
Sure. It's a solid 6.
Please come in over.
We,
I was just killing a rabbit. I'll be happy to. I haven't started the fire yet, but
oh, well, perhaps I can start the fire for you.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thank you, sweetie. Nara, please help the nice lady here. You see this girl looks at you with a big smile. Hi, I'm Nara. You're very nice. Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. Do you have any kindling?
I will go get it for you. Wait for me.
Okay.
She runs away. Hey, Elena, can you tell your stalking friends to come closer? I mean, I don't know why they're sticking out there. You can tell that we're not gonna eat them.
Guys, she knows you're here. You can come out.
I go walking up.
You're very perceptive. Either that or
Yeah.
they weren't very stealthy. I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That guy over there smells like a bear.
Which guy?
Yeah, that furry guy.
Oh, yes, yes. I don't get to pick who I go out adventuring with, so
Uh,
unfortunately,
I'm sure you
sometimes
do.
I,
Choosing
I
your
do.
partner and mate is of the utmost importance, I would say.
Oh,
Well,
I don't plan on sleeping with any of these people.
not that you should get my advice. I've not been lucky in the partner department for sure, but
You have 3 beautiful children.
I do, and they're the light of my life. I wish.
No, most people cannot detect me in the wild. You
Well,
must be
She is right. You
very.
do have a certain stench about you.
Uh,
Maybe a
that doesn't.
shower once in a while.
Well, that's wild scent, and it mingles with the rest of nature.
luckily for you, my friend, there's a pond right there. I suggest to use it.
I bathe regularly, just like everyone else, once or twice a year.
Uh, yes.
I I kind of joke underneath my breath. I'm like, I'm just glad I'm not the one that smells this time.
If any of you wants to give me a survival check, a quick one.
hmm This is woods, so
Yes, absolutely would. Glog, you notice wolf tracks all around this spot.
Are some of them young wolf tracks?
You know, you're taking a closer look, and in fact, you seem to see, the tracks of adult big wolf and three pups.
That makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. So I'm kind of um, kind of messaged or talked to the my companions and say, "Don't get too close to these."
Why not? They
Just
seem
keep
very
your guard.
friendly.
Just keep your guard up.
You can tell your dwarven friends you can come closer. I'm not gonna bite.
They might.
Yeah, I told him he could come closer if he prefers to stay away. That's his choice, I suppose.
Well, you complained about my smell. I'd rather stay away then.
Lady, I brought back some kindling for you. As
Oh,
she
thank you.
gives you some kindling.
I move up to the fire.
Oh, you guys are
Uh,
so nice. I wish I had more to share with you, but I think that this rabbit and some mead should do, right?
absolutely. Do you know anything about the elk that we've been tracking?
Oh, you wanna stay clear of that, my lady. You've seen the rider?
It has a rider?
Yeah, it's got a weirdo for a rider. They're very fast though.
What
I
about Gar? Do you know him?
give me an insight on that. 'Cause you can
17?
clearly see she is surprised by you mentioning that name, and she contains a little bit her emotion on that. Um, Sweetie, I don't think you understand who we are, do you?
Um, a little old lady with her children living in the forest?
Yeah, yeah, about that. Are you looking for Dar?
Yeah,
That's mighty fortuitous. As it happens, I'm looking for my mate as well.
When did you last see him?
2 weeks ago, he said he was going to check on some old elven fort or some sort, um, but he never came back. I'm beginning to wonder he ran away from some other younger lady, that pervert.
so he's not the elk then.
This guy comes closer. Mom, you shouldn't talk bad about Pa. He's a nice guy. And you look at the features of this kids a little bit better, and they look half elfish to you in unique ways.
Where is this elven fort?
Oh, he never told me. And I haven't found it yet, so it must be very well hidden. I suspect it might be past the river going north, because, the water confounds my senses. But it's just my two, that's just my 2 cents.
And what about the Raven? Have you seen it?
Now that you're saying that, give me a perception check.
Nine.
Anyone else wants to give it a try?
Perception?
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that 24. But Morlum, you're surprised to see a raven standing on a tree about 60 feet off of you. And as your gaze meets this raven's one, you hear cra cra, yes, yes, and he flies away.
Which direction does it fly in?
Northwest.
In the direction of the elk.
That's also in the direction that she was saying over the river to the elven fort as well.
Look, if you're already looking for Dar, may I add further reason for you to do that and help an old lady? These kids are a handful for me to deal with. They're not trained, and they need their pup. They misbehave at night. I'm trying to keep them from doing stupid things to that stupid man in the fort, but they're a wild bunch, if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I understand.
Mhm.
Um, so are you all like Dar?
She smiles. Uh, well, some of us are born with it. Some
Oh,
acquire it. Um, those that are born with it, it's like a stench that you can't get rid of. Dar is different. Dar wasn't born with it. Me and the kids are, if you know what I mean. Look, I want what's best for them. After all the unpleasantness in the past 20 years, very few of us are left. Like, I don't want any trouble. I'm not evil or anything. We just have a place in nature as well. I want these kids to grow up the proper way, like I did. And I need Dar. That old fool. I don't know what he's got himself into, but I fear it, I don't think he doesn't want to come back. If he's not coming back, there's something going on.
you think maybe he was captured?
I don't know about that, but as you know, some people attack our kind on sight, especially when we don't look like, oh, now I'm looking to you.
Is he dangerous?
Deary,
Tonight he will be, yes.
Some people struggle with reconciling their humanity with what we must do. He's not good at it, but he's not evil. He he wants to clean himself like he's dirty, and I'm trying to tell him he's not.
Hmm. But he loses control.
Oh, he might if he's angry.
And your children lose control.
Well, children throw tantrums for any number of reasons. Mine, I would say they're within the spectrum.
I suppose. That makes sense. Um, well, considering the cycle of the moon, I think it's probably best that we not be around here. So, while I'd love to share your rabbit with you, I think maybe we should move on. Just in case.
Oh, don't worry. In 1 hour, I'll bring the kids north for a stroll. I'll bring them
Oh,
out of your range. Don't worry.
I thought we were going north.
Oh, you going north? Oh, sorry. Where are you guys going?
Probably northwest, huh?
To the Elven Temple to find Dar.
Please do. I mean, if you know where that stupid elven temple is, please go there and check him out.
Well, I think the crow knows where it is.
You mean the raven?
Oh, it's a
We can
raven.
Yeah,
we can
it's a
just
common mistake.
continue to follow the elk tracks.
They seem to be going the same way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of look at her. I go, the raven keeps saying something peculiar. It keeps saying yes, yes, or something like that. Does that mean anything to you?
Not to me. But
You
that
think that's a
raven
language?
ain't right to me. It's like it's one of those how do you call it? Familiars? Is that the word? That raven ain't natural. It's got some intelligence that shouldn't have.
And one final thing. In case we do meet up with this doll and he's in his wolf form, what's he look like in his wolf form so we know not to maybe harm him?
My dear, I wish I could get into the intricacies of what will look like to you, to your eyes. I kind of think you might not be up for the task, though.
Well, I just wanted to know if if he had any particular markings so we don't accidentally shoot him.
Well, how about you don't shoot any wolf? That would be awesome, dear. But if you're looking
Well,
for Dar in his hybrid form or wolf form, it does have a white streak on his back. The rest of the color is kind of dark brown.
just in case, if we get attacked by one like that, we will
Well, for your
or
health,
punch
I
it.
hope it doesn't attack you, even though you're carrying a nice spear there. You can see that. But I assure you don't need to use it with me. I'm well domesticated.
Mhm. I was not worried about you.
So I cannot tempt you with nice roasted rabbit.
Not at this time.
I think we're
Yeah.
good.
But please do
Just
come back. I think the kids can learn something from you as well. Isn't that right, Bobbin? She says to this boy over here, and he's like, and goes playing with the goats.
I do not. I do not recall if you had mentioned, but why was Dar seeking this elven structure?
He doesn't share that druid stuff with me. He seems to think there's some relevance to the place, like some sort of uh, mystical energy flowing through that place.
Hmm.
And so I think it's been one of the places that he's been monitoring through the years. He's been telling me that he feels something is trying to corrupt the land.
No, I would agree with him with that. I've seen it myself.
As have
Well,
I.
if you ask me, that generally comes with your kind. But I'm gonna be nice tonight and not say it. Well, not loudly.
Should we go?
Yes.
I'd like that.
Oh, by the way,
Uh,
Elwood says to you specifically, Elena. Hey, look, you've been kind to us, so I will be kind to you as well. There's one of us prowling around near Seneca Valley. Is not one of the good kind. So be on guard if you go around that area, okay?
all right.
He's got he's
And
got a he's, he's got a red fur.
so we should put that one down.
That one seems dangerous, theory. So you should go prepared if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
Red fur?
Elaine is going to take out a stuffed rabbit that she's had repaired since her last mission and give it to the young girl.
Oh, she's
I
so
had this when
happy.
I was a kid, but I don't think I need it anymore.
Thank you, lady, Nara says. She goes all happy running around with that doll. You guys are good. So if you need anything, you can always come asking. Alwyd will always be nice to you as long as you are to my kind.
I'm nice to everybody.
That's good. That's the best kind.
Yeah, and I have nothing against the Lycan folk. I know some good ones. I'm sure you're good too.
I do my best.
She does seem friendly.
Okay, so if you're not waiting for the roasted rabbit, then I guess you can be on your way.
Hmm.
Hey, let me move you back on the big area map.
We'll follow once again northwest, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
Follow the elk tracks.
Is the
Okay,
raven still around?
give me another perception.
11.
You don't notice it, but you've noticed earlier how sneaky he can be. Okay, in about another hour, you guys keep following the tracks, which with your ranger specialized in forest, I'm not even having you roll for. Um, you arrive to a nice river. It flows from the northwest to the southeast. So in other words, it's coming from, up here and continuing down south. So that's the flow of the river. And you can see that the tracks of the elk seems to be crossing the river here. So at this point, I will have you guys roll me survival because this is clearly an attempt to kind of make it difficult for them to be followed. Luckily, Lot Marlome is more than capable of not being rused by this crude tactic and can see that after a couple of miles, the tracks get back on the side of the river, and so has no problem following the tracks for another mile or so to the northwest. Now, at this point, I will have you know that you guys have about 2 hours light. I would like to know from you guys what the plan is, if any. Keep following the tracks, because it might mean that you're going to be caught up at night in these woods. Is that something you're comfortable with?
I'm
Certainly
not
wouldn't be the first
necessarily.
time for Elena.
We can follow them until we need to make camp, and we can take turns on watch.
Maybe we want to take a defensible position and spend some time looking for that instead, just in case the red wolf shows up.
Okay, so just to give you an idea, Seneca Valley would be northeast of here, about 10 miles. It's not that far, but it's not like right next to here either. Um, but in 1 hour you get to a spot where I'm gonna ask you some other stuff. You continue following the river, and that's a lot more on you guys pulling resources to keep following those tracks. Um, and finally, you get to a very interesting point. You see that this river comes out of a lake, um, and the river probably comes from further northwest. And there is a spot here where these mountains go down. There is a beautiful waterfall that flows into this lake and then continues down, rushing down south to this river that you've been following the past 3-4 miles. Um, Let me give you an image of what this looks like. That should be opening up to you. Let me know if it doesn't. So what you see is this beautiful, pristine waterfall coming down, and on the cliff of this mountain, you can see trees and huge trees seems to be growing on top of the waterfall, basically on what you estimate being about 80, 90 feet up from your current and you can see the moon that is it's not night yet, but you can see it's a beautiful full moon that is waiting for the light to go off to show her silver pale beauty. And the tracks arrive here. There is a specific feel to this area. It does emanate a sort of primal natural strength in a kind of mystical way. It does seems to be a place of pure natural power. But in terms of artificial elements giving this away, no, it's there's nothing artificial. It's just whatever you look around you looks to be completely natural.
Do the tracks, or do they go? Uh, they end at the water, or what are you saying that where they actually end?
So you guys have been following it, and it's not difficult to tell at this point that it looks like the elk, you know, kind of wades through the side of the lake and then kind of disappears underneath the fall.
Say we investigate the waterfall then.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's elves, so it's probably behind the waterfall or underneath the water.
Okay. I will put you in a different map now. You're gonna be in the lower right quadrant. You should be able to see partially this map, and it will be down here. And so this is the lake, and the waterfall is right. I mean, it's huge, but the main part of the waterfall is this area over here.
Can everybody swim?
I can.
I don't like to.
I'd like to go around the perimeter and maybe look
I'm
behind.
sorry, Clog, but I'm sure you're going to have to get into the water.
Do I have to? It just makes my fur all
You can
heavy.
consider this one of the times that you had a shower.
Do you know what a wet dog smells like?
Yes.
I smell a lot worse when I get wet.
Oh.
Just to warn you.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
The lake doesn't look particularly deep, especially if you kind of wade through the sides to this area and just walk close to the rock under the water. But the water is pretty cold.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor
Okay,
just in case.
that's awesome.
Is there any kind of markings on the rock at all?
Give me an investigation.
Not not my jam, but
Do you want me
Then
to
your
help you?
jam. Elena, if you want to roll, but you have a 16 passive investigation, I would say like a observant person would not notice anything artificial to this place. It doesn't mean that there's not something, but 16 is pretty high.
Okay.
You can roll if you
Well,
want, but
I'll roll anyways.
okay.
17.
You beat the 16, and in fact, you don't seem to see any uh, telltale of there being something here. You do notice, however, someone must have piled up some rocks or pebbles in kind of sort of um, piles of the sort that you've seen some scouts and rangers do to show the way, and they're being piled up here.
Can we follow them?
I mean, they
I'm
seems to
assuming this is some kind
basically,
of path.
yeah, they seems to be pointing to the area where it's easier to wade this lake and waterfall.
Okay, we'll follow them.
Mm-hmm.
Unless anybody thinks it's a trap. That's possible too, I guess. Elves. Can't trust them.
Okay, so you can basically scoot side by side until you get to here. And this is where like the stream of water is strongest, and it creates some sort of mist in the air around it. Um, you take some courage, and you finally push through the stream. And Elena, over here, you see a small perch that leads inside.
Huh. For the raven?
Oh, sorry, wrong. There we go. There seems to be a cavern inside. Now you do see at this point that someone cleverly kind of built a natural, um, some sort of natural entryway to this cave that you suspect at some point was broader, just to make it even less easy to find. Just to,
But we can sneak through.
but you can sneak through. Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna
Um,
move. I'm gonna move up since I have dark vision, and look in. Do I
Okay.
see anything?
Yes, a little more. You look inside, and the first thing you notice is there's some source of light um, coming from this place. You can tell there is a source of light coming from both this area in the distance, okay? So you see you're on the outside of it, well past the bright area and the dim area, but you can tell it's in that direction, okay? And there's another light coming from north. Now here in the middle of this cave, you see a sort of crude palisade has been put up. It's not by any means anything that would stop you from going through, but it's there anyway. And the grotto also seems to have a left wing, a west wing, and you see past your range of vision that seems to be a very big opening that might uh, uh, have a natural source of light, because you can see not something like the light that coming from east and north. It's like artificial, like it's like a torch or a fire. But the light that is filtering through this area over here to the west seems to be the sky. So there might be an opening going all the way up to the top of the Cascade Cliff, of the cliff where from which the waterfall comes rushing down from.
All right. I'm gonna slide in to make room for other people in case they want to come in.
as Stavern walks by, I'm going to give him a coin. It's only a copper. You can keep it if you want. Um, and I'll cast light on it. Maybe keep it hidden if you can,
Okay. I put it in my pouch.
just in case you need it later.
Sure. How long does that last?
An hour.
Okay.
I'll make
When
you another
Claude,
one if we in here longer than an hour.
when Claude gets in there, he shakes like a wet dog and water sprays in all directions.
Oh, Clog. Um, the the old lady mentioned a another werewolf that was less friendly, that had red fur, and I'd like to point out that you also have red fur. Perhaps you might want to use some deception later on, depending on what we find in here.
Shoot. I I am rather stealthy. Is that what you mean?
No, I meant that you could pretend to be the angry werewolf.
Oh, I'm really not that angry.
That's why I say pretend.
Oh, I'll try.
Is Devon going in?
Oh yeah. To
Mm.
hear.
As Stevern and you all come in, I kind of point over to the palisade, and I'm like, a little crude for elves. Not sure if we are dealing with elves here.
It's also facing in the wrong direction, isn't it? They meant to keep people out of here.
Excuse me.
That looks like it's meant to keep people in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we don't want to go in that direction.
I also have 120 feet dark vision.
120
So,
feet? Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me see.
Devil sight.
Oh, wow. Well, it ain't no secret for you. Okay. So, you see two big elks that seems to be uh, residing in the smaller of the caves. Um, and somehow the palisade seems to be specifically there for them. And you also see two creatures warming themselves in front of a fire in the larger cave to the north. There's a pile of refuse here and another one here. It's dirty and stinky here. So much that honestly, immediately you did not smell the wet elk. Um,
Do I recognize these creatures?
well, these creatures, I'm gonna describe them to you.
Okay.
They're taller. They're 7 feet 5. Um, wiry, muscular. Their skin seems to be on the grayish side. Um, and they've got these weird masks. In this case, they have some horned, like wild boar uh, fetishes attached to their helm on the lower side, and they have this very long spears that they're hanging on to. They're spears, but they might as well be lances.
And they're sitting
Oh,
around a fire.
Yeah, they're eating stuff. Now, right about at this point, the light outside would start going down. You would be transitioning into um, nighttime. And at right about this point, you can start hearing from the distance a howl. And what I'm saying for howl is that it's not a normal howl of a wolf or a pack of wolves. These are howls of pain and anger, and they seem particularly intense.
They're from the outside, not in the caves.
Give me a what would that be? Uh, let's say perception. Wow. Okay, there's an echo in here, and you can this the noise you hear right now is carrying through the echo, but it's coming from some place further up and to the west of where you are. So there might be the air must flow through here because you can hear the noise like very well, like there's an echo. But this noise is being done outside and somehow is so powerful that carries through and it comes flowing from this direction. And as you kind of hear this howl of pain, you notice that both the elks and this creature don't seem to be minimally nonplussed by it. It's like they're used to it. They couldn't care less,
Hmm.
which is weird, especially for the elks being natural animals and such. But yep.
Hmm. What's the play?
Well, I don't know what those things are.
I don't see anything.
You can't see the fire?
Can I see the fire?
Honestly, perhaps, but you're not sure.
But we know they're there. I'd prefer not to be snuck up by whatever's making that noise.
So to the left
But
then.
I'm staying behind you guys, so
Do we
lead
want to
on.
move and take on these things, or do we want to see what's up to the left?
I suggest go to the left.
Left it is.
Yeah, I
So
feared that maybe this star is in trouble. If that's what we're hearing.
Well, I'm thinking more he's turning into a werewolf, but okay.
Either
could be
or, we
both.
should investigate.
And if we have to, let's try not to kill him and maybe put him down instead.
Non-lethal. I'll try.
As you make your way to the left, I'm gonna reveal everything because we're in 120 dark vision. Honestly, there's really nothing that I can do to do this other than this way. So, Elena describes to you, Elena partially, and the other guys that have dark vision describe to basically mostly you, Stavram, a huge uh, cavern, and it's really, really high ceiling. Um, to the north, what I've represented with these four stairways in reality is just a artificial way up, not stairs, like a reclined pathway going up that circles around the northern side. And you can see it reaches its apex right about here, where it would be, going up about 50 feet up. So it's a ramp, and it's done so well that it could be utilized by horses and carriages. It's really broad and wide.
Oh, that must be how the elk got in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we didn't need to crawl through the water. Um, we want to go that way, or do we want to take care of the things behind us?
We can try taking the things behind us. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, it's nice that they have like a nice little light for us, for you to be able to see.
I was gonna ask, this palisade, can it be moved easily? Can we
Oh
use it
yeah,
to more easily block this area? Kind of slide it over a bit so
you,
that it
you could do that.
lets you go.
Yes.
I'd say let's do that so the elk don't come out after us.
You
Agree with
think they're
that.
friends?
Well, I'll keep them in there in case, because they were saying the elk had riders. I'm wondering if these two above are the riders of these elk, and if they can call them in the battle. I don't know. I've never seen anybody ride an elk.
They kind of look like monsters to me, but okay. You never know with elk, I guess.
Well, I would say plan of action. Everybody has ranged weapons. Yes.
Yes.
Say we move around the corner and
Start blasting. You
pretty
want to talk
much.
to them first?
Are we moving the uh, are we moving that fence to block the elks first before we go into the upper chamber?
And how much noise would that make if we did?
Oh, in terms of noise, right now the owls and growls are like 5 decibels. Like noise is not gonna be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need to shove it over a little bit so it kind of more blocks the area, just like right into here, straight up and down.
Not noise-wise, it wouldn't be a problem, but the moment you kind of get in this area, you imagine you'll be seen.
Mm.
Well, we can do that. And Elena, if you want to try talking to them, I'm fine with that. I'll just be ready if they move forward to attack
Yeah, already my
to be it.
crossbow.
Not sure
Okay.
what language you speak.
Well,
You said they're
the
wearing masks of some sort. I mean, we don't
Yes.
even know.
Don't know if you
these
can.
aren't the masks from the what are they? The der? Is it similar to that?
There is some similarity. You can see also they have some fetishes on them.
Mm.
You're not sure, but it wouldn't strike you as a surprise if they were members of the same tribe of the Drune.
Oh.
They're also
Well,
pretty
then
tall.
perhaps we don't want to talk to them.
They're also pretty tall, but knowing that the Drune are half their big, that wouldn't surprise you that much.
Yeah, I kind of pull out some, and I have like two drone fetishes. I kind of pull them out and show them to Elena, and I say, "Do the fetishes look like these? Similar in design."
And I think he
Same,
just said yes, they did.
same handicraft. I mean, they're slightly different, like they're different castes, but you can see the common touch. Yes.
Yeah. Then shoot first, ask questions later.
I agree. We've had no luck with those people.
Well, this is my first time seeing or seeing any of them, so I'll take you guys' word for it.
Okay, so if
So
you
it,
guys rush and attack, I'm gonna give you a round of surprise, given the noise and everything. Uh, assuming that one of you uses that surprise to slide this thing over to block the axe. So that will give you 3 free actions and one prepared action, if you understand what I'm saying. So
All
choose
right,
however you want to use that.
I'll thing over because I'm pretty strong. So
So I hear Clag is gonna basically run out and slide the barricade to block the Alex, and the other 3 are then free to do something else while this happens.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go in whatever order you want to go until we roll into initiative, which I'm not gonna do until you're not done with your surprise.
Can I give Clog guidance before he rushes in? Or would that be a part of my surprise action?
You can do that, but then yes, it would definitely might slow you down in your surprise action.
That's fine. I'll give him guidance.
Okay.
And I will move up to here,
Okay.
fire my crossbow at this one,
Okay.
and then prepare my sword.
Yeah, and I'll move
Okay.
up to here, and seeing which one he fires his crossbow at, I will do the same and fire my crossbow against that one. Concentrate our fire.
It's a
Okay.
good idea. So, should we go ahead and get our freebie out of the way?
Yep. Give them your worst.
Do we have advantage because they don't see us?
I will give advances to one of your attacks. You decide which one. The first one of your 3 is gonna be advantage. The other one are free, not advantage.
Well, Stev rolled first anyway, so I might as well give him advantage.
Okay. Roll against Avram. You get advantage on that.
No,
But
12.
unfortunately, neither of those will hit the mark. But
Now I do. We do.
sorry.
Should I take a re-roll with advantage?
Oh, I mean, you can do that.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's probably a
Mm-hmm.
good use of a reroll. Okay, one reroll taken. 3 to go. 19 does hit.
All right, good. I've used my one. I won't use another one.
Here, let me roll my
8.
damage.
And you're all attacking the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy on the left.
Okay. So 8 by Stevram and 10 by Lotmorler. Lotmorler, there's anything that you add to that 10? No, right?
No, no, no.
Okay. Okay. You strike through, and the creature is not happy with it. He's got now 2 crossbow bolts sticking out from his torso. And Elena, what is your action?
I guided
You're guided. Okay, then yeah,
Clog.
go on and let me actually put the turn initiative out, and now you can. I'll put you in, Clog. If you click
Oh,
with the left right, click of the mouse on your character on your token, make sure that like the 5 things are, yeah, then we'll put you there. Awesome, good job. Okay, let me put these guys in initiative order. Oh, look at the 20, yeah. Very nice, very nice. For them. Wow, they will roll shitty. So I think you guys are gonna go again. Yep, looks like Lothmorlun, after your first crossbow bolt, you can follow up with the second.
All right. Second shot. 19.
19 will hit.
All right, I'm going to do my crossbow bolt damage, and then I'm also going to put in my Colossus killer
Mm-hmm. Colossus
damage.
Layer, right?
Yeah.
How does it work? If you do that if the creature is hurt, basically, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you add
Let me see. Yeah.
7 plus
Takes
2.
extra 1 die 8, so I
Yeah,
gotta
you
run.
rolled. Yeah, you already run it. You already roll it. You got 7 from your bolt, and you roll a d8, and you roll a 2 from your Colossus Layer. It actually used the
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much. So 9 damage there. At this point, this guy has seen better days with 3 crossbow bolts sticking off of himself. Um,
And and as a bonus action, I'm gonna put Hunter's Mark on the other one because I don't
okay.
think this one's gonna last very long. So.
Well, we'll see about that. Stavram.
Okay. I am going to shoot another crossbow bolt at him.
16 is a hit.
Oh, sorry about that roll.
That's okay. Wow, and a solid 10. Which one were you aiming at?
The same guy
Same
on the left.
guy? Wow, this guy is. You're surprised he's still up. He's got 4 crossbow bolts sticking off of him. He must be really tough.
And I move here and draw my greatsword.
Okay. Glog. As you finish moving the barricade in a safe position to block the axe, you're free to take your action.
All right. He's gonna move up. Oh, he's gonna move up just a little bit, and then he's gonna fire a crossbow at the same one that everyone else has been shooting at.
Okay, let's see if you can go for the 5th crossbow bolt on this poor guy.
Yeah. See if I can take him down.
15 is the magic number.
All right. Oh crap.
3 points of damage. Everything does. And he does, in fact, now have 5 crossbow bolts sticking off of him.
Pincushion.
Anything else, Glog? You moved, you acted.
I I think but he's gonna go into a rage. I think.
Raging now? Okay.
Um, and uh, as he I believe when I go into a rage, I have to roll on the
Are you one of the barbarians that?
table.
Yeah, you might look that table up. I think you have like a D10 or D12 you have to roll and see what happens for the rage. You have that one, Andy?
Let's see, wild surge.
Yep.
Uh, now, do I have to? Was that a?
Oops.
I just roll a D20 for that.
Okay. And you have the table up, right? Because I don't have it up. So let me know if you need me to pull it up. But if you have it, that would be helpful. Okay. What would the 5 give you?
let's see.
I don't think it's in the basic book. Let me
No?
check.
Okay.
I'll look it up. Give me 1 second. Barbarian. And that will be wild magic. And with a 5, whenever a creature hits you with an attack roll before your rage ends, the creature takes 1d6 force damage as magic lashes out in retribution. So for the duration of this rage, whoever attacks you before the rage ends, that creature will take 1d6 force damage. Okay?
Okay. All right.
That brings us to Elena.
I will throw a globe of light at the one that everybody's been trying to destroy.
Poor guy.
Feeling bad that he's got all of these. Ooh.
Oh, poor guy. Okay, so that is 11 points of damage, which is more than he currently has. However, he's got a DC to make here. 5 plus 11 is 16.
Yeesh.
So I gotta roll.
Does he get to do that on a crit?
That's true. It doesn't do that on a crit. He's down. He is really had a bad day. He is down, like in down. Good job, Elena.
Well done.
Okay, now it would have been his turn, but too bad for him. His friend, however, is going to react to this. And Clog, unfortunately for you, he's got reach with that Sarissa, which is a very long spear. So he's trying to spear you in the guts. Let's see if he can do that. What's your ammo class?
18.
That's the magical number. Okay, so this is non-magical damage. So being that you're raging, you only take 50% of that. But it's 6 points of piercing damage. And given what you just told me, you get to give him 1d6 force damage back. But he spears you pretty well. This creature is pretty strong. So roll me the d6 for the first force damage you're giving him. 1. Okay. And it's force damage. He takes it.
And I took, did you say 6?
Yeah, it will be 13, but you're raging, right? So you only take you're resistant to damage, so you take 6. But unfortunately, he comes around with a spear trying to uh, pierce you again, but fails miserably. You know what? I have a DM reroll. By the way, thank you, Jeff. I think I'm gonna use it here because I really want to spear Clog again. Ah, so close, but no. Okay, that brings us back for round 2. Lot Marlum.
All right. Lotmorum's gonna move up. He's gonna fire on that guy. Ooh.
Dan is not gonna do it.
I'll use a reroll.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not? 17 would hit, but now that you see that they've acted, you see that he's got a preternatural ability to dodge stuff. As a reaction, he will get to remove from your roll this, from your attack roll, this. So you rolled effectively a 10.
Hmm.
So you can see that you would have hit it, but he at the last second he just dodges out of the way. But he had to use a reaction, so that one is out of the way for this turn. Stevram, any of you faced the drones in battle before?
Mm-hmm.
Not-
Lot,
Yeah.
you did, right? And
Yeah.
Ellen as well. So this seems to be, elite warriors compared to the tribesmen that you faced. Clearly faster, different type of combat. They're focused on different type of combat. Stefan,
Okay, so
you're trying to surround him, right?
I move in behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use a bonus action to expend my superiority die to do a fainting attack.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Basically, that's a bonus action on your turn. Add the total of the roll. Let me attack him, I guess. It's first order of business.
So the feint basically will give him disadvantage of the next attack against you. That's how it works.
No, gives me advantage.
On this roll or the next one?
My next attack, I get advantage.
Okay. But 20 in either way, 23 to attack is a hit.
Okay. So it's 9 plus.
The superiority dice, right?
Yes. So, you know what I'm going to do? I will just go ahead and use my D6 one on this that I have from
Mm-hmm.
my
Combat.
original feat.
Mm-hmm.
So, get that one out of the way.
So
So
that's 11 points of damage. Yep. That's a solid hit. So the next attack you do will be at advantage against him, correct?
That is correct.
Clog. This guy hits you with his spear, with his long spear.
Clog is gonna hit him with his long sword. Clog also has reach, so he can hit him back from where he
Oh,
is.
okay. That's awesome.
Oh crap!
Are you gonna use your reroll?
I think I will.
Okay, let's go for it.
Oh crap! Clog
Yeah,
is not
11
up to
is not
par.
gonna hit. Elena.
Thanks, Chad, for those rerolls. They've been real helpful so far. I will again throw another ball of light at him.
Wow, you're a sniper.
21 for damage.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay, that's his turn again. He seems to be focused on Clog. So Clog getting one attack your way. But 16 is not enough. So he's gonna roll again. 23 will do it.
Yep.
Five points of damage. I'm already halving it for you, and you get to roll out a d6.
Okay, D6. Hope I do better than last time.
Yeah, definitely better.
Okay. Yeah.
He's not liking this lashing back that he sees from you. He might change his tactic next round. We'll see. Yeah,
You
he's
heard this
intelligent
is
enough. He's intelligent enough to say, "Hey, I don't like this." Lot Morlum.
Morum is going to move over. And he's going to fire again.
Twelve is not gonna do it.
Nope. 12's not going to do it.
Still have rerolls.
There's one. Should be Elena's, but if you're happy to give it to someone else,
Um, no, let's go ahead and give it to somebody else for right now. That'll be
Stevram.
it.
Okay. I get an attack with advantage.
Yep. $17 will hit. Nine points of slashing damage.
And stay engaged.
Stay engaged. Clog.
Oh, Clog was embarrassed last time. He's so very very determined this time. So
24 will hit. It's a solid hit, in
all right.
fact. You one? Oh, it doesn't matter. This guy's 7 points of damage. Actually, shouldn't be nine. Is it the +2 from raging included here? Probably not, right? 437. No. So that should be 9, right?
Uh, yeah, I think so. Or do that doesn't add it automatically?
No, I don't think the ND Beyond recognizes where you're raging. So add 2 to that, it's 9. Done. If you do anything with your movement or bonus action,
No, that would be good then.
okay, Elena.
Yeah, I'll just shoot him again. Seems to be working.
Nope, this time, unless you want to reroll.
Nope. It's only 1 damage. I'm not re-rolling that.
Okay. So it's turn. Stevram, I think, is looking at you now and says, "You know what? This guy is hitting me back. I don't like that. So I'm trying to stab this guy." Ooh, 24.
That'll do it.
I take 11 points of piercing damage. This guy is pretty strong. You get a sense if he was on the back of the elk, that would be a lot more damage from these long spears. But they're not fighting at their best. That's a good thing. And he's gonna attack you again. 18 hits you. 13 points of damage.
Okay.
That's his round. Lot Morlum, you see that he's gotten Stevram pretty well.
All right. I'm going to fire again.
You have very close range from there. 20 is a hit, or better would be, but he tries to dodge it. And manages to dodge your crossbow.
What does your hunter's mark do?
That adds
it'll-
damage.
Yeah, it adds
Damage.
damage.
But he had to use his reaction for that. So this turn is done. Stevram.
Let's see.
He is wounded and his friend is dead, so you guys still have advantage in this fight for sure. But these guys don't kid around, I'll say that. 11 would
Hmm.
not be a hit.
I had to go ahead
That's
and
it.
use reroll.
That's it?
Should I use the reroll?
You do more damage than I would with the reroll.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Wow,
See,
look at
I
that
told
crit.
you.
Look at
Nice.
that crit. And you know, the crit is important for two reasons. One, because it's a crit. Two, because it negates his Drune Fortitude feat. So,
Well, what I will do, being this is the case, I will spend a bonus action to do a fainting attack, just
just to add more damage.
just to do more damage.
Oh, you
So
don't need it.
no,
You don't
there's
need it.
22.
22
Okay.
points of damage. You don't need it. This guy only had 10. And he did you carve him in two. That is a powerful swing of your longsword. And this guy stands no chance. They lay vanquish at your feet, but boy, these were tough MFers. Um, you kind of get the sense had you faced them in the open while riding their Alex, that would have been formidable foes. Um, but be that as it may, you defeated them, and even though there was a lot of noise, it's reasonable that the owls and growls and screams from this creature might have successfully prevented any other creature in this complex from being aware that this fight occurred. The Elks are effectively imprisoned as long as you decide them to be.
Don't suppose anybody can talk to animals, right?
I cannot.
I say we just leave them there and maybe let them out after we're done. Well, assuming we survive.
Correct.
Do these guys have anything worth looting?
Let's see. I will do. Someone wants to roll me a d20.
Seven.
Elena, you ransack the bodies and you find a total of 7 gold pieces on both in, together. Okay. You also
Well,
find two fetishes that they both had hanging from their belt, and the fetishes are of really spooky riders made of wicker, wood, and bone. You also notice that these fetishes have some fresh blood on them that has been applied recently. It's still not fully coagulated.
Hmm.
do you think that's what kept them alive?
Possible.
I already have one, so I think I'll just throw them in the fire, unless anybody objects.
Um, the one that I killed, if I could have the one that came off of it.
Sure.
You also can easily detach their masks, by the way, which would be a little bit larger for you, but potentially is usable. Not that it's anything
Oh.
nice to look at, but you can write down that you have a Droon Horn Dragoon mask if you decide to bring it with you.
Yeah, I'll
I'll,
take.
I'll go ahead.
I was just gonna say the mask and the fetish on this one. That was kind of what I kind of want those as a trophy because that was a good clean kill. You
Oh
know.
yeah, for sure.
Could also be a disguise.
Yeah.
I mean, Stavron is pretty tall, but these guys are, pretty tall.
Yeah.
I guess it could work from a distance.
Clog is just as tall as they are, but he's just hairy. That's all.
Yeah, he's just
And I don't think we've seen bugbears in their numbers, right?
No, not so far.
When the mask comes up, I mean, what do these things look like exactly?
So, to you, they look like half giants. Like they have very crude body features. Their skin is on the grayish side, but they're clearly humans. I mean, sorry, they're clearly humanoid, not humans. But they seems to be exactly half giants. And you can tell that if you kind of move their furs and clothing and armor out of the way, you can see that they've been ritually scarred in a pretty hard way. Like almost all of the body has been like pierced, uh, inserted some wood, metal, or bone, and that let either fester that way or kind of heal back. But it's definitely whatever procedure they've been subjected to has to be incredibly painful to go through.
Hmm.
You can see their skin is kind of scar tissue basically, some of which is partially rotted, but it's also created some sort of like natural armor around it, if you know what I mean.
Do we get the feeling that these things are undead?
You're getting the feeling that whatever dark ritual they're being subjected to is meant to emulate as much as possible that. Yes.
Hmm.
So not like the zombies that we ran into, just trying to be like that.
Correct. In
Clog
here we're talking about like a barbaric or semi-barbaric type of tribe, right? So if you had to make a bet, you see a common matrix of necromancy at play here, right? And of course, it's vehiculated through this kind of fetishes, ritualistic way, which is, it's a relatively primitive culture. So it's probable that these men are, excuse me, these humanoids are trying to move one step closer towards the undead that in their ritualistic religion might mean a superior form of human being, of humanoid being. But these are all, you know, hypotheses that you're contemplating in your head as you analyze the bodies.
Hmm.
Clog, I think we don't want to get captured by these guys. They'll probably eat us.
Yes.
They smell worse than me too.
As you say
I will
that,
agree with that.
you look at what's roasting on the fire, you get a dreadful confirmation. These guys are cannibalistic. You see the remnants of some poor farmer there. It's not a pleasant spectacle. But nonetheless, you've defeated them. And the creature is owling in pain. If nothing else, in this intervening 5 minutes that you've been engaged in this, not 5 minutes, well, let's say five, between the ransacking and discussion, the intensity of the screaming, if I can call it screaming, has gone up, not down.
All right. So to the stairs then.
Mm-hmm.
Can we take our 5 now before we
Yes,
get into the
let's
next?
let's take a bio break. This is actually a good moment. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We're gonna take a 5 minutes break. We're gonna be back as soon as possible.
And thank you for the re-rolls.
And thank you
Thank
for the
you.
rerolls. They've been used very wisely. Hey, welcome back. Hey, guys, thank you for sticking with us with 20 sides to every story. We are halfway through the session tonight. Our heroes have set themselves on a quest to find a missing druid, Dar, who 10 years ago was cursed with lycanthropy. He was turned into a werewolf. It seems in the meantime he has mated with another old werewolf, and they've had a litter of 3 young pups. And the heroes have found that he went looking for an old elfish fort or place of religious significance because he was feeling something being done to it. And it seems that they found this place, and lo and behold, two Droon, two specifically Droon cavalrymen, seem to be standing guard at the lower level of this old elvish complex. But they also know, because they've seen the big cavern to the left, that there's a ramp leading out up from where they hear this really pained and angry um, howls and growls of some sort of monstrous creature who is in pain. And as the fight was happening down here, the intensity and the amount of the pain has grown up. So as this is happening, the party is licking their wounds and deciding whether or not to continue or take a short rest. So I'll let them take it from here.
I don't know what we're going to face when we go up there. Could be an angry werewolf. Maybe several more of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing if he hasn't gone home, they've either captured him or he's joined them.
Hmm. I'd be more afraid that they captured him and they're either torturing them or trying to kill him right now.
It did seem a cry for of pain. So
Uh,
that may sound like he's captured.
they may be trying to turn him.
And they weren't concerned about that sound of pain either. So they knew what was going on upstairs. So that really makes you think he was captured or something similar to that.
Yeah, and with it being the full moon, maybe they're doing. This is kind of the
So we should proceed with
central
caution.
part of the ritual. Yeah.
So you guys dealt with your wounds to your satisfaction, and do you guys need more?
I'm good, I think.
Yeah. But Elena is requesting
Well, if
a
they are trying
rest.
to turn him, I'd rather stop that than have to face a werewolf that's become like them.
True.
So I don't know if we want to sneak up there and have a look, or
I think so.
I think
are
that
you
would be the best
volunteering?
course.
Mm. It's not my forte in caverns, surprisingly, as a dwarf.
Would you like me to do it? All right, I'll go do it.
So then are you sneaking up along the ramp?
Yep.
It's pretty long and it goes up pretty steeply, about 50 feet. So as you go up, I would like to know where the others are staying while Elena is going up scouting. Just places. I want to see how
Maybe
far you are. That's the main thing.
Maybe we should at least get to the base of the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my take. Plus, with Elena's, I mean, she's got the vision on them that, in all likelihood, she would be able to see them well before they would see her. So, I would think she would be pretty well safe. So,
Okay, so the
but
three of
yes, the
you,
bottom of the stairs.
bottom of the stair. Okay, I'll move in there. You myself
Mm-hmm.
fast, and I will move you. But imagine that only Elena is up here. I have all your tokens up here, but you know where you are basically. Okay, so Elena, I had a fog of war here. None of this is valid. So let me reveal you the whole shenaniban. Shenanibam. Okay, so you see this part here? This is basically coming from up, so it's open, right? Up until here, and here's where you hit the top of the rock of this outcrop. And let me show you what else you see. And what you see is actually not pleasant. So give me some time to describe it to you. So you see on top of this plateau where the river flows through, a very beautiful grove of trees has grown. Um, some of which are really old, you can tell. Really, lush. You can tell why this place had some sacred natural significance for the elves and the druids of the area. And of course, in this area, then you can see you're dominating the waterfall. So it's also a beautiful place to look at the grove and forest and lake beneath. Unfortunately, however, uh, the biggest tree in this grove has been cut down. And this seems to be recent. And on top of it, they've turned into what looks like some sort of table or sacrificial kind of altar. And you see tied up to the on the top of this cut down tree is a humanoid werewolf who is howling in pain. You see that numerous pieces of bone, metal, and wood have been pierced through his skin. And there is this statue here that has been carved out. Probably you don't see it, but you imagine from the timber that's been cut down into the shape of it's a female humanoid, judging by the curves, and she has four arms, and in her head you see a mask of a stag with two very tall horns coming out of it. And her hands are like this, and you can see he's holding human hearts in each of the two sets of hands. And at the base of it, you see a creature wearing one of those weird stag masks who is sacrificing to the statue a goat. The goat has been carved and slaughtered, and now he's chanting something. This guy is a little bit different than the drone you faced so far. He's got a tall totem pole who is hanging from his back, on top of which stands a big skull and a couple of very long antlers, probably from bull, you're not sure, or some sort of other very big mammal. And next to him stands two what you would think are some sort of undead, but you never seen the like. They seems to be relatively fresh, freshly turned. You can see fresh wounds and blood off of it. Um, but the creature seems weird. This seems to be the byproduct of different types of body parts of different creatures ritualistically snatched together. It's you've never seen the like, and it's definitely not pleasant to look at.
Is there any light source up here?
The moon. The moon.
Oh,
I mean, it's you're on top of a plateau. This is outdoors. All of this scene is being illuminated by the full moon up above and the stars. At this point, is full pitch black, but it's visible. Even a human would be able to see here. The moon is sending out very very good light in this area, and it's all natural. So this is what you see. You see also the remnants of some sort of base camp here. This seems to be recent, and very old tables that you see are full with all sort of pain and ritualistic instruments that you don't want to know exactly what they've been used for.
I think I know what they've been used for. Ah, can I go down and let the rest of the group know what I saw?
Yeah, just give me just off of the bat, a stealth check. I want to see how stealthy you are.
20.
Not a problem. You can go back to warn them.
All right, and I'm going to cast Pulse Life on myself while I go down.
Okay.
When I go down.
Okay, back to you guys. Elena comes back.
As I feared, I think they're trying to turn him. Think we need to get up there or let it happen.
I agree. We should get up there. He could be an ally.
I wouldn't want him as an enemy.
I'm I'm down for this. So
If he hasn't returned yet, maybe we should try and release him, and he might give them just as much problem as he would us.
Well, if you guys can keep them busy, I can certainly
Or,
try.
or maybe he may concentrate on them since they are the ones that have caused him so much pain up until now.
Mm-hmm. I think that's logical.
Elena,
All right.
one thing I will add. He the boss, so to speak. I'll call him the boss because it's clear which one was the calling the shots there. Seems to be in the middle of a ritual right now. So whatever is happening to the creature, right? This is being performed as we speak.
Let's
So
move.
We can't.
if he loses concentration on the ritual, usually they have to start over. So
Well, anybody who has spells to make him lose his concentration, I would suggest to concentrate on him then.
all right.
Let's move
I'll
up.
go straight for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, putting you back on the top level. So as you guys get here.
I'll have a question for the DM.
Yes.
How tied up is the werewolf? Like, how much trouble do I think I'd have if I tried to release him?
Give me a intelligence check. Wow.
22.
Okay, so even though it's far and you're no higher above the scene, you can still see that three things. Okay, so he's tied up with a rope at the four corners of this sacrificial table, so to speak. But that's not the problem. You also notice that they've been using some liquefied silver that they put on top of, and that's because you're very high roll, on top of both the bones and the woods. So as of now, he's being pierced by multiple silvered objects. So that might be a problem for the creature. And this probably was preventing the creature from curing itself, and that's why it's so much pain. So you know, given time, you can free it from the rope part. In terms of all those piercing object into his skin, there are multiple dozens. That's a little bit of a less easy thing to do, especially given that the creature is like thrashing wildly at the ropes.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Okay, so no talking. This is straight action. Got it? So
Mm-hmm.
go for initiative and let's see what happens. I will tell you he's not surprised, and the why will be evident in fast. But let's roll. Let me see what is initiative. Let's see what I can roll for him. Yeah, not that great. And then the zombies will go on his turn. So I'm just gonna put him in the turn order, okay? Okay, do I have everybody? One, two, three. Clog is 14. Let me add you.
Oh, I forgot to select myself. Sorry.
That's okay, not a problem. Done. Okay, so we'll kick things up with Lot Morlum. And the reason why I have you roll initiative is you can see that there's that raven perched on this tree over here. I don't have the token. I'll go fish it up in a sec. Actually, I could have. Let me see. Yep, I still have it. Awesome. But be that as it may, Morlo is up to you. I don't want to say anything more.
All right. I'm gonna come up here to about here so I can get a clean shot at him, and I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark the priest, and then I'm gonna fire.
Okay. And 14 is the magical number.
Okay. do the piercing damage first.
Whoa. The Colossus Slayer
Well,
though is not in use, right?
yeah. No,
Okay,
it's
so
not in use right now. So
10,
10.
but you have the D6 from Hunter's Mark, right?
Yeah, let me go ahead and cast it now. So 13 total.
Okay. Your crossbow bolt strikes through, and it's a big hit, and you see he winces a little bit, but doesn't seem to notice the hit too much. Stevram.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to move to here.
Oh wow, okay.
Dash. I'm going to action surge to get my attack. Is it? There we go.
'23 is definitely a hit.
And I'm going to I think I can. Does action surge take a bonus action?
I
Nope.
don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
Mm-mm.
it's a
Okay, so
reaction.
that is 11. Utilize my one of my bonus or one of my superiority die to do the fainting attack and add a d8. So 13 points, and I have advantage on my next on him.
Okay.
That's it.
Glog.
Clog's moving. He moves down to about here, and he's going to use his crossbow to fire at that the main guy there.
Okay. 12 does not hit.
All right. I guess he's going to. He's going to rage then too.
Okay. Then roll the D12. The D20. Let's see what surge feat you get this time.
I think I'm only supposed to roll a d8 for that.
It's a D8. You're right.
Um,
I'm checking up on the other page. 1. Shadowy strangers lash around you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take a D12 necrotic damage. You also gain D12 temporary hit points.
okay. Well, how many of them are within 30 feet of me? I think they all
Everybody.
are. Um,
Yeah.
okay, all my enemies there within 30 feet can
Which one
take
are the
that.
enemies? Can you point them out for me? Just to be sure. I just want to know. Who's the enemies depends on you. So,
Okay, how do I?
that guy, okay, 1. So, basically the 2 zombies and the guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's Constitution saving throw. What is your Constitution modifier?
My is a +3.
Okay, so it's a DC 13.
Yeah.
So zombie one fails it. No, sorry, this is the guy. The guy fails it.
So you want me to roll the
Yeah,
d12
roll the
or
d12 and then, we'll in the meantime I'm doing the saves. This guy fails it. They all fail it. So they all take 3d12 and roll 1d12 for temporary hit points for yourself and add it to yourself, okay? Make
uh,
sense?
roll? Read. Say that again.
So the effect is
Oh,
you lash out and then you gain temporary hit points d10 d12 to yourself. So that's the part that you need to roll for yourself.
okay. Do I roll it 3 times then?
No, no, for yourself. Just 1d12 and that's going to be temporary hit points that you gain.
Okay, 5.
Okay, so just know that you have 5 temporary hit points. Use those first hit that you get, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that will be clog and that will bring us to the guy. The guy is not happy. So what he will do is the following. You see he's starting to chant something in a language you don't understand. Um, and as he chants, you see like the clouds up in the sky are forming up and being funneled towards him. And then they kind of coalesce right above this scene. And then you see a bolt of lightning flashing down from the cloud. And I will see. Okay, so I will say, Stevram, you're hit here by one of these lightnings that extend 5 feet to hit you, but not him.
Mm-hmm.
And give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
I guess that's not your forte from your OO.
It is
Yeah,
not.
it's definitely not your forte. Okay, so you're struck by this lightning and take 17 points of lightning damage.
Ooh.
And this creature looks at you and says in a heavily accented common tongue, "You have made a mistake coming here. You will suffer for it. Ardokan the Watchful will turn you into Drunschmirtz." And with that, Elena. Oh, sorry. On his turn, also the zombies go. So let me just get them out of the way. Uh, and one will go here and one will go here. So attacks on, let's do Stavrum first. Sorry, guys. I forgot that I put them on the same initiative to make it easier. So 12 miss you, Stevran, but they attack twice.
Mm-mm.
16,
That is just enough.
just enough, and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Excuse me, slashing damage, if it makes any difference.
Okay.
Whereas for Clog, the 2 attacks are coming. Is this one? 24 is gonna be a hit, and the damage is this. Let me roll it. 6 points of slashing damage. You're raging, so only 3. Second attack, 7 is a miss. Okay, done. Back to you, Elena. Sorry.
No problem. I will fire an Eldritch Blast at the leader and miss horribly.
And miss.
And then I'm going to duck back
Under? But down the
under.
ramp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to be around. Got it. Lot more of them.
All right.
Oh,
So
this guy, sorry, more before you go. He stopped the ritual. Okay, so for all intent and purposes, whatever he was doing has been interrupted. Sorry, back to you, John.
okay. So this thing right here, is that like a raised area?
So basically, it's a table. You'll be able to jump on top of it with a successful, athletic check. But it's I would say what 3 feet from the ground, and the ground starts here, right? Because you're coming out of the ramp right at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna come and get
I'm removing the goat.
Like- behind the table to kind of use it for a little bit of cover.
Yeah,
And I
it
should
will
be
give
able
you
to.
some cover. Yes.
Yeah. And I am going to shoot at the priest again to hope to break his concentration.
So now the problem with this is you place yourself in a perfect line where the zombie blocks you. So you can still hit him. You would need to scoot a little bit, either in this area. Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem. I'll place you here. If you do it here, I'll
Yeah.
say that you have a clean shot to him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Good to go. Good to go.
All right.
While still benefiting from partial cover.
Ugh.
But 9 is not gonna do it.
Man.
Anything else, John?
I don't think I got anything else.
Okay. Stevram.
Okay, so I have an advantage on the attack.
Mm-hmm.
First thing that I'm going to do is I am going to bonus action second wind.
Okay.
10.
That's good.
It's not bad. And then I've got advantage on him. So
18 does hit. Wow.
13.
That's a very solid hit. And whereas before he barely winced, he definitely felt this one.
Does this concentration break on the spell?
Let's see. Let's see. It does.
St. Cuthbert is with me today. Oh,
Okay.
that is it for me.
Clog.
Okay, Clog's gonna move. Um, he's gonna move over to here, and since he has reach, he'll be able to hit the wizard or wherever that main guy is there. Let's see, hitting him with the long sword. Missed him. Um, I don't think I have anything else to do then. So that's it for me.
Okay. That's it for you, and it's his turn. And unfortunately, I'm gonna ask Stavrim and Clog to give me a wisdom save throw.
Hmm.
As is chanting again, and Stavrim hits it. Wow, good job, guys. It was a DC 15. Pretty good. Um, okay. And this undead is gonna attack Stavram
Hmm.
and miss, but attack him again. 16.
16's a hit, but
Eh,
that first one, I am going to use my reaction
Okay, riposte.
to to do riposte. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that
12 does not hit.
12 doesn't hit. Okay.
So with that attack, it will give you 7 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and then 2 attacks on Clog from the other undead. 12 is gonna be a miss, and 22 is gonna be a hit. And Clog takes 3 points of slashing damage. I'm already halving it for you, knowing that you're raging. Elena.
I'll move forward 15 feet. And I'm guessing I don't have an angle on her, him, it.
Not from that position, no. It's pretty crowded in there.
All right, I will fire at this one.
Mm-hmm. 20 is a solid hit. 9 points of force damage.
And then I'll move back down.
Okay. Morlum.
All right. I still have a good line of fire, so I'm going to shoot at the priest again.
Mm-hmm.
Good lord, I am rolling like
Wow.
crap.
We wasted all our rerolls.
Stephanum.
Attacking the main guy.
Wow, look at that crit. You don't need rerolls, guys. Come on.
We'll see.
Teen.
You pierce through his shoulder. The cut goes down. It's a crippling blow, but he's still standing.
I think that is it. That's well. Hold on 1 second. Let's see here. When I hit with a weapon attack, I can spend a superiority die to add the total to the damage roll, and if the target is larger or smaller, I'll do a pushing attack. I'll throw in another blow, I guess, considering that it's a crit.
So you're using superiority dice to add damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And that would
double.
That's a D8, so do 2D8.
Yep.
So 11 more on him.
Yeah, and this 11 is enough. No, sorry. Let's see. But the good thing is that you crit it, so your damage is 26.
Yes.
26.
15 plus 11 is 26.
So the only way you can do this is by rolling a crit. So I'm not even bothering with the plus and minus. It has to be a crit. And it's not, so he goes down.
And he gets knocked 15 feet away. Not that matters, but for flavor.
He hits the statue and then flaps down lifeless against it for flavor. Clog.
Oh, Clog's gonna go at that zombie that's next to him then.
14 hits.
Right.
Six points of damage.
That would be an extra 2 then, since he's raging.
Yeah, I got that. The guy's dead, but the undead are still alive. So they continue to attack. Or they see, even though the guy is down, apparently lifeless, this creature continues attacking for now. And so 2 attacks on Stevram.
Mm-hmm.
Miss. And miss. 2 attacks.
I'm going to use my final, for repost.
Okay. I'll finish rolling because I was all rolling, but you go on. Wow.
The 26.
I get the feeling that Stever might be just a little angry today.
Okay, so there's 15 and then 2d8. So 20 through
that's some mighty damage there.
22.
That's some mighty damage. And I roll already the attacks of both of you. They both miss. So, Elena.
Sorry, I'll move up and assume that this guy's dead because he's like slumped on the floor. This guy's pretty hurt.
They both are hurt. I mean,
tell?
hurt. You know, they're zombies, but yes, they've been hit.
Okay.
Both of them.
I will hit the one that's hitting Stebrum.
Okay, the one over here. Okay.
And get a 10, so probably not.
Nope. Then oh, sorry.
How bad does Stebrum look?
That's a good question.
I look damaged, but I look like I still got a little bit of spryness to me.
Okay, I'll move forward a little bit more.
Okay. Lot Morlum.
I'll use my bonus action to switch the Hunter's Mark to this one
Okay.
and move up so I can have a shot. And I'm going to shoot that one.
Okay.
See if I can actually roll something more than a 5.
16 is a hit.
Okie dokie. So
Holy
it's
cow.
19, and then also I got the Hunter's Mark on him, so it's another D6.
Okay.
Nice.
24.
That's 24. He's got 23 hit points. It's not a crit, so he gets to roll, but he needs a very high roll. But it doesn't do it. So he's down. Good job. You guys don't need to roll. When it matters, you deal like astonishing amounts of damage. Look at that. 24 points of damage.
That was awesome.
Okay. Stevram, back to you.
Back
Two
to
dead
me.
foes back at your feet. One still standing. A screaming, howling, growling werewolf not too far from you. But he's tied up.
I'll move up on this one and attack.
9 will not do.
That is it.
All
Clog.
right, Clogs takes his long sword and all right, and damage on that with another 2, 11.
Okay, I get to make another attack before I'm calling quits. I don't think this guy, this point can win, but I want to roll twice against Clog. And I'm going to miss. And I'm going to hit. But the damage is only half because he's raging. Oh, thank you guys. Hi, Shelf Collective. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. And Clog, you did 3 hit points. And after that, I'm going to call it quits because this combat is done. Yeah, no chance. I mean, he's going to die. So let's make it quick. Good job. You killed Ardokan the Watchful and his zombies. But now in front of you is a different type of quandary to deal with. What are you gonna do with the werewolf tied up on the sacrificial altar?
I kind of hate to say it, but it's probably going to be easier to remove those silver things from him while he's still tied.
I would agree with that.
How much time till morning?
Well, I would say about 8 hours.
And
Let's
if we try to
remove the
remove him, there's a chance he could bite us.
well. What if we just remove the silver thing so he's not in pain and maybe just leave him tied up until morning before he turns back?
That is a Clog. That's a wise idea.
Elena, what you asked me? Sorry.
If we remove the silver things, would he be able to bite us? Or would there be a chance that he could bite us?
The way I'm gonna have it done is if you don't untie him, right? It's gonna be a dex or sleight of hand. I'll let you decide, or acrobatics, whatever you want to do. And if you fail, then there is a chance that he might bite you.
If we untie him.
No, if you don't untie him. If you untie him, it's a totally different ball game. And we'll
Okay.
go there if you're untying him. Tell me what you want to do.
We could knock him out.
He does not seem to be. Okay, let me change. He is incredibly hurt, damaged, and the incredible amount of silver presently piercing his body prevents him from efficiently curing himself. So you can definitely take him out. You can kill him. There's a spectrum of things you can do.
I don't want to kill him. I'm just thinking if we knock him out first, then he's not going to react by biting us when we remove the
That's
silver.
true. That's absolutely true.
Anybody
However,
have anything to
however, you have to be
cover
very
his?
good at knocking him out because he's incredibly hurt.
Is there anything that we could cover his head so he can't see? It'd be a lot harder for him to bite us.
Okay, so if you want to kind of further block him, you can do that. Like other than thrash and move his neck, he cannot do. So if you somehow grab his head and push it down, then at that point, there's not much you can do unless you untie him. But even that, I'm gonna roll it. It's gonna be a die roll. So no matter what, you're gonna have to roll something for me.
Yeah, well, Dex ain't my jam. I'm not real quick. I could maybe get behind him with my gauntlets of overstrength and hold his head down while you guys pull
Yes,
this stuff out.
that you could do.
That's what I'm thinking. Is maybe you and Clog hold him down, and then because you guys are both strong, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
me and Lothmar can work on taking those things out of him.
I think that works.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the two of you holding him down advantage on their strength athletics check, and then the two of you removing the silver can do any dex base skill check with advantage to do so. And that's how we're gonna do it. You know, it's one roll each, but it represents 15 to 20 minutes of coordinated action to hold him down and remove the silver. So Elena gets a 23, so that's pretty good roll. Let's see what happens on the holding down part.
Log, I have +6.
Oh,
there you go.
well, you
So-
didn't even need the advantage. 22 will
Yeah.
do. So yeah, so you guys have no problem holding him down and then removing the silver from his
Yeah.
body, which takes time because it's a lot of pieces. By the time you're done, I would say 15, 20 minutes afterwards, he kind of stopped growling, howling, and screaming in pain, and he passes out. So we can close the session because I wanted to stick to the 3 hours. Unfortunately, I went out 38 minutes. But I think we can wrap the session up with you guys defeating the Droon contingent who had taken up residence in this Alvin sacred locale and captured Dar. Whatever foul ritual they were trying to do on him, you arrived at the right moment and you prevented the Droon shaman from finishing it, and you also saved Dar. So he will be able to wake up tomorrow morning, and you guys can talk with them. So we'll do the talking part offline if you agree on the chat, and we'll see
Okay.
what discussion you guys do with him and what you propose. But with that, I will declare the session concluded successfully for the party who managed to win all the foes and bring rescue to the missing druid. So congratulations on that, guys. Um, that's it. And we've been 20 sides to every story. Thank you for being with us. We've played some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This was the community campaign. It was a side quest for the tier 1, and 4 characters were able to succeed in completing the mission assigned by Thorwald Arno. So congratulations, guys, on a successful mission, and stick with us. This week has been quite busy for some of the people in the community, which were at the convention, the Game convention. So not a lot of games this week, but hopefully beginning next week, there's going to be a lot more on the schedule. So stick with us, check the schedule, join us on Discord, and if you're interested in what we're doing here with the community campaign and want to join, there's a easy drop in and drop out games for the tier 1. There's a tier 1 sign up. If you're interested, reach out to us, and people will point you the right direction, and you can join it anytime you want. So thank you, guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you soon.
Night all. Thanks.
Night.